Hi, this is Startlingly. Today I'm here with Yungblud.
Yo, man, what's going on? You alright?
So you're originally born in Doncaster?
Yes, man, Doncaster in the north of England.
And your parents originally from there as well?
Yes, man, my mum and dad are born and raised there, like a couple generations and stuff, you know what I mean?
You got into music at a really young age because of your grandfather, right?
Yeah, man, my granddad was like massive influence on my life. He used to play tunes for me all the time when I was growing up, man. It was important to him and it made it so important to me, you know what I mean?
Across the universe.
Across the universe. You love that film?
Yeah.
I love that film, man. It's such a fucking good film. I love that. Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Sorry. Fuck. I'm joking.
And your dad also, right? Super into music.
My dad got me into like bands like Oasis and the Arctic Monkeys and the Stone Roses, so they kind of really shaped like the attitude in music I was brought up around. Do you know what I mean? Because like kind of my music, I just want it to be a kind of a movement and a way of thinking as well as just having catchy tunes. You know what I mean?
Can you describe the performance you did when you were 12 at the Norton Working
Men's Club? It was on a bingo PA. It's like where people, you know what bingo is? You have bingo here. And like people call it, so it was like the worst thing in the world. It sounded horrendous, but I was just jumping around.
And then you started getting into acting, right? Like some performances.
Yeah, man, I did that, and I just, at the end of the day, whatever gave me an outlet to kind of, I always felt very like misunderstood, and I had nowhere to put my energy in, and people just didn't like that. Do you know what I mean? People didn't like that I had this energy or opinions and stuff, and anything creative allowed me to almost get it out in a way that I couldn't normally, you know?
What performances?
I just used to like being musicals, man. I did like West Side Story and stuff like that, man. I used to dance, like be a bit of a twinkle toes.
Oh my god. And you want to do acting in the future, right? Everyone's saying they're going to
I think so, man. I want to do films or something. That'd be wicked. I'd love to do that.
And can you describe the trip that you had when you were 16? You were in Spain when you got drunk for the first time.
Oh yeah, bro, I remember being that drunk. I tried to jump off a balcony and thought my mates would catch me.
Oh my gosh.
But they didn't, so I smacked my face on the ground and lost my
Oh.
tooth. Kind of a bit of a weird ordeal because I had no money to fix it, so I went to this crazy Spanish dentist who like sawed my face back together. It was pretty wild.
Oh my god.
It's like a fake tooth, that one.
Yeah. And did you realize from the onset that your whole life would be in music?
I wanted it to be, man. I just like music was the thing that kind of implemented itself so heavily inside my heart.
And at what age did you realize you had ADHD?
Well, they knew pretty young. Like a lot of my kind of teachers wanted to put me on medication for it, you know?
Yeah.
Which was rough, but I don't know. I just embraced it, and I was lucky because my mum was like, nah, I don't want him to numb his personality, even though he's a little annoying little shit. We love him. So.
What are your parents' careers?
My mum is a stay-at-home mum, and my dad works in guitar shop. Yeah, so it's kind of crazy. So like, I had guitars forced upon me.
Who are you more similar to, their parents?
I don't know, man. Everyone said I've got the smile of my mum, and kind of my mum's got such a soft heart. But my dad's got kind of, look at that, it's like a clit that looks like a cockroach.
Yeah,
my dad's kind of got like a very northern attitude, and he's really smart and streetwise. So I don't know, man. I'd like to think I take the best from both my parents. That'd be wicked.
And do you have siblings?
2 younger sisters, Izzy and Jem.
Are they into music as well?
Isabel is, Jemima's absolutely not.
Did you like school back then, or you hated it?
No, I liked it, man. I liked my friends and I liked kind of going there, but I didn't like the way older people or kind of teachers sometimes would misunderstand me, because I was very opinionated, and I always had an opinion, and I don't think people like to be confronted, especially by someone younger than them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is rough, like, and that's what I encourage in my music. I encourage, like, don't allow people to suppress your identity because it doesn't fit with their ideologies.
Yeah.
If you are who you are and people are trying to stop you being who you are, then they're not meant to be in your life. So kind of keep the faith and trust in your gut in what you feel like is the best way to be the best you.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like the whole essence of what Yungblud is, you know?
And at what age did you start playing the circuit, like performing?
Hi. Yeah, man, I was playing like Donny, like in bands and cover bands and shit, which is fun. Like, anyone would see me in cover bands and stuff, but like nothing serious.
And then what clicked to you that you wanted to be more of a solo artist?
Just the idea of everyone always having an opinion about me, and then I could just speak on my own. It was the first time like I don't know, man. Yungblud was a call out to my fan base. I was calling out to them, and they heard me. I was calling out on my own, and then they heard me. You know.
Was it surprising you because you've been doing music for so long, and then with the Yungblud thing, it clicked with people so much quicker?
Dude, it was crazy. It was like the first time I stopped giving a fuck what everyone else thought and just was purely myself. People started to listen because I genuinely believe in life. If it's real, it'll resonate, you know?
When you moved to London when you were 16, you were trying to do more of like pop thing or trying to get on the radio, basically.
Yeah, man, of course. It was like I was conforming and changing myself to fit in what I believed was right. And that's just a metaphor for what Yungblud is a direct backfire against.
Yeah.
Don't change yourself. Don't conform to something that makes you a lesser version of yourself. Don't be dilute squash. Don't be dilute juice. Don't be dilute cordial. You know what I mean? Be 100% yourself, because I believe that's how you'll be perceived as real in life. And if you're perceived as real in life, then I think that's a pretty successful goal.
Yeah.
To be undoubtedly yourself forever. It's a pretty amazing achievement, you know?
What would you say have been your style influences or influences for your music video? Because I feel like they're all shot into just...
Marilyn Manson, Lady Gaga, Madonna, Kanye West, Arctic Monkeys, the Smiths, The Cure, The Beatles.
And how did your song with Machine Gun Kelly come about?
That was just a quick one, man. Kels just texted me.
Yeah.
Kels just was like, alright, Dom, do you want to come do this song? I was like, fuck yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It was wild. I was like, of course I do. Joking. And then we just did it. It was just this nostalgic song about going, do you know what? There is something wrong with me in my head, but I'm okay with that.
How did you realize it was the right time to sign a record deal?
I came to LA with like 40 quid in my pocket.
Oh my gosh.
The right people came along and said that we don't want to change you, we just want to amplify your vision. And as soon as I heard that, it made me full up. I was like, fuck, man, someone wants to invest in me for me? That blew my mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, they want to invest in me for me? That's crazy.
And how did Black Hearts Club come about?
That was like a fan-made thing. I just literally got these tattoos, and then everyone in the fan base called it that. They called themselves the Black Hearts Club. That came from them, and that just kind of resembles what Yungblud is as a community. You know what I mean? It's not me and them, it's us. And if it ever stops being us and becomes me and them, then it's fucked.
How would you say your music has changed compared to the early songs you've made?
It's always developing. I just think I'm more fearless because at the end of the day, it's the message that ties everything together. It's not just four idiots playing fucking rock music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's what we're talking about.
How would you say you've grown as a person compared to when you were younger?
I think a lot, man. They help me grow every time. Taking on their stories and them taking on mine allows us to grow with each other. I genuinely feel that. I think my fan base, we're growing up together, and that's the biggest connection we have. We're in exactly the same boat.
Yeah.
We're fucking confused, we're scared, we don't know what the fuck's going on, but we're doing it together and we're growing up together.
What would you say have been your biggest challenges in your life so far?
Getting on flights all the time, that's pretty hard.
Yeah.
Fucking doing me washing on tour. Fuck that, that's hard. Nah, I'm joking. I don't know, man, everything's challenging every day, dealing with my anxiety. I have a crippling anxiety every morning in my life, but
yeah,
I get to deal with it because it makes me feel comfortable, because those guys are the same as me. They have that anxiety too and they deal with it. We deal with it together, you know?
What does love mean to you?
Love is everything to me, man. I think John Lennon nailed it when he was like, all you need is love. Love is a thing that consumes the body. Fuck division now. Unite people. You know what I mean? That's the new version of punk. Our generation, like, we're genuinely smart. We give a fuck about the world. Dividing people's over.
Yeah.
Uniting people's what it's about. You know what I mean? Unite people for a great reason, for a great cause.
What do you love about Halsey's personality?
She's mental like me. She's funny.
Yeah.
She's like, she cares so much about the planet. She cares so much about her fans.
Yeah.
She's a symbol for womanhood. She's a symbol for equality. She's a rock star, man. Like we have a very much the same ideologies. you know, where no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, you can be yourself. And in our communities that we've got together, no one will judge you for that fact. And almost we are pushing back against that judgment and creating families together that allow people to, when they feel suppressed, come into a space of freedom and liberation and love and equality, that no matter, again, who you are, where you're from, what you believe, here you're safe to be who you are without judgment.
Yeah.
And if someone judges you, fuck them.
What kind of advice do you have for someone dealing with anxiety?
As I say, man, it's hard because you never know. Never know why you're anxious. So I've got anxiety and someone goes, why? You're like, well, that's not how anxiety works, I don't know. So for me, usually I just learn. If you learn to go, okay, this is happening to me, ride it out, take deep breaths, and don't try and fight it, because if you fight it or question it or try and understand why, that only creates more anxiety. So just kind of let it ride out, take deep breaths and drink fuckloads of water.
Last question, what do you want to be remembered for?
I just want to be remembered for a person who curated and was part of a community in youth movement that our generation had, our generation achieved. Our generation can achieve a sense of unity in this world of so much division, and I'd just love to be a catalyst in that.
Yeah, I love that. This was so awesome. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Love you. Rock and roll, man. Peace. See ya.